with Ross Reynolds. We're now crossing live to Kippa in Brisbane's north, where the Prime Minister is holding the latest of her community cabinets. And a reminder, you can see the business on ABC One at 11:10 local. The Prime Minister is at the moment introducing the ministers.
G'day, Peter Garrett, Minister for School Education, Early Childhood and Youth, and we're doing such a lot in schools. I've had a great day. Started off down at the Gold Coast with the launch of the Australian Youth Mentoring Network. Then came up to the Queensland Museum where we had the Green Lane Diary Awards, part of the Green Cross organisation. This afternoon, a chance to visit Tingalpa Public School, a primary school here on the north side, back down that way. But absolutely delighted to be in this school. The Prime Minister very mindful of the work that Jeff and his team are doing, and especially the opportunities that people have in this school to learn musical instruments between the years of 3 and 7. That's fantastic.
Minister for Broadband and Communications and the Digital Economy. I started yesterday in Goodna, where we hauled the first piece of fibre optic cable through the pits and drains, so we're able to start connecting the 14,000 homes there, and they'll be able to get services within 3 or 4 months, early into next year. Then toured through South Brisbane and looked at a fibre deployment that's already taken place, looking at the challenges of getting it into everybody's homes and the blocks of flats. And then this morning I opened PA Hospital's Telehealth Centre, where we did a consultation with a lady who was sick in Warwick in the hospital, and she was really appreciative that she didn't have to travel all the way into Brisbane and be away and all the stress of that. And was saying how much they're looking forward for it to come into the home, so they don't even need to leave their home if they need to make that sort of consultation.
Thank you very much to my ministerial colleagues. In what was a short introduction, they snuck in details about Wayne's age and a health commercial from Tanya, so I thought that was pretty impressive going. Apart from thanking them for being here tonight, can I thank Eve for her welcome to country, and can I acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which we meet in a spirit of reconciliation. Can I thank Jeff, the principal of this great school, and all of his staff and students who have made us feel so welcome today. And can I thank Taylor too for a wonderful rendition of the national anthem. Pretty scary. Imagine being asked to sing in front of this many people, but Peter Garrett would have done it easily. This is an opportunity for you to talk to us about how you're seeing the world in your community. We as a federal government have two responsibilities. We've got a responsibility to be working with you today as you get about your lives, to work in a spirit of partnership with you. So whether it's all of the things that we've done to make sure our economy is strong in what has been a tremendously difficult global economic environment, to make sure people have got the benefit of jobs, whether it's the things we've done to work with you on cost of living pressures, the school kids bonus, the new family payments for people with teenagers, the historic pension increase, the increase in childcare support, the tax changes we've made, so now you can earn $18,200 and not pay a cent of tax. We wanted to work with you on those cost of living pressures. We wanted to make a difference to this growing community on infrastructure, and we're very proud of what's happening with the rail line. We wanted to make a difference to local schools, and I believe we have, not only in capital, but in new ways of working, backed in with new resources to drive a better quality education for our kids. We've been very focused on early childhood education too, the creation of more apprenticeships and traineeships and more university places than ever before. And we've been focused on supporting you with better healthcare services and better aged care services, including bringing a GP super clinic to this community. So that is all part of what we wanted to do to work with you. But we've got a responsibility too to diagnose what our future is going to be and to shape it, to not let Australia drift into a future, but to actively shape our future, so that in 5, 10, 15, 20 years' time, we can be a strong nation, a nation of shared opportunities, a nation in which we are better supporting each other. We have delivered a national plan for our nation's future, and Dr. Emerson referred to it. It has diagnosed what is happening in the region of the world in which we live, with all of its spectacular growth in this century of change in our region. It's spoken about the nature of the Australian opportunity at this time, living as we do in the fastest growing region of the world, the region which will shortly become home to more middle class people than anywhere else on the planet, people who will want to buy the things Australians are good at making and good at selling. This is a huge opportunity for us. The resources boom is the down payment on that opportunity, but there is more to come across our economy. And so we've got to be ready to seize those opportunities, which is why we've been so focused on things that will shape that long-term future for us. The National Broadband Network, making sure we've got cleaner energy sources, going back again and again and again to say whatever is happening in schools today, we want to make it better tomorrow, and we want our kids to be going to one of the top 5 schooling systems in the world. To make sure that for people who want to start a business, we are an easy place to do business. To make sure we are focused on skills in our workforce so we can realise the future of high-skilled, high-wage jobs. This is the future that we're looking to build now. But because we're Australians and we believe in a fair go, our future and building that strong economy isn't...
We have to speak up for them. So all I can suggest is, we as a community need to come out and we need to be talking about this and the impact on this, because this is just cost shifting. These people end up elsewhere in the system needing support. So it's not savings. It's not savings to the government to make these cuts. It has long-term economic impacts on our community, and it has huge social impacts on our community. So I encourage you to get involved. I know we've got some of our state members here tonight. Please talk to our state members. I'm sure that they feel the same way, because I just cannot believe that you really love your community and that you can stand by and let this happen without getting behind a campaign to say, please don't do this. So please see me, see Howard, see other community groups and youth services in the area because they need our support.
Take this young lady here.
Good evening, Prime Minister. My name is Jessica Moore. I'm from Redcliffe. My questions for the Prime Minister and Senator Ludwig. It has taken recent horrific events to bring to light the ongoing suffering of our livestock in the live export trade. Our neighbours in New Zealand do not condone live export. How can Australia continue to justify this cruel practice?
All right, look, I'll turn to Minister Ludwig and I'll say a few things too, but if you go first.
Thank you very much, and I share the community concern about this issue.
Might have to get a bit closer to the mic, I think.
Thank you very much, Prime Minister. It doesn't. I do share your community concern about this issue. It is and was appalling circumstances that we witnessed. What we have been doing over the last 12, 18 months is putting in place significant controls to ensure that animal welfare remains at the heart of the industry. What the industry has done itself is recognise that it does need to step up to the plate. In doing that, it is also suspended operations into Pakistan, it's suspended operations into risky markets. It is also taking a lead in making sure that in cattle in Indonesia as well, it is taking a responsible course to work through and avoid those circumstances, because nobody wants to see those circumstances. This industry does, if you look at it in context, the industry supports about $1 billion worth of the economy in WA. It provides opportunities for jobs for the economy in rural and remote Australia and the Northern Territory as well. All of that supports both employment and the communities themselves. They do recognise that they have to do better and continue to work very hard to do that. And we also take a responsibility to look into the circumstances in Pakistan. We're investigating those circumstances,